Good afternoon, this is KOCO Chief Meteorologist Damon Lane. Here is your October 10th noon weather briefing on what we have ongoing across the United States for today. Watching a storm system that's dropping down into the desert southwest here down near the Four Corners. When you see these storm systems move down here, they push out little ripples of energy, and we're going to see that happen later this afternoon. We have a slight risk for severe weather that basically extends from Amarillo, Texas, into Guymon, Oklahoma here, into Dodge City, Liberal, Kansas, up in the Colby, Kansas, Burlington, Colorado, and then in towards Nebraska and extreme southern South Dakota here. Main threats for anyone in this area right here would be a hail and a wind event. We don't have a tremendous amount of instability, but we have just enough to have to warrant at least a severe weather risk. This is convective available potential energy. It's going to be in about the 750 joules per kilogram range. A couple pockets of maybe up around 1,000. So we have just enough instability, again, across the panhandles of Texas, Oklahoma, as you go into Kansas and eventually here into Nebraska. Now, this is going to be the NAM projected radar at about 7 p.m. here. It shows a couple thunderstorms ongoing just east of Guymon, a couple as you go up into Colby, Kansas, and a couple here moving in the eastern parts of Colorado here, the plains of Colorado. Notice how the main body, at least northern Oklahoma here, we're going to stay fairly dry, but then we go into about 1 a.m. in the morning for tomorrow. This does show a couple thunder showers up right around Woodward, Oklahoma. We've been at least having a 40% chance of rain all week long for Woodward, but notice how most of the convection and thunderstorms will be here into Kansas and in towards Nebraska. And if you know me, then you know I certainly do love to ski quite a bit. Just want to show this right here. Accumulated snowfall for the San Juans right around Telluride. Looks like they're going to get about 12 inches of snow on the backside of the system. It's always nice to see these storm systems drop across the southwest because the San Juans usually don't get their snow at least until January and February timeframe. But this will at least help lay down a good base there for Telluride and the San Juans, as well as places like Aspen and Vail, Colorado. Let's go ahead and jump into late morning Saturday, looking here in the Texas, OU Texas Cotton Bowl. Shows a couple thunderstorms here in Texas. We'll have to see if these storms can at least stay a little bit farther south of I-20 here. Certainly don't want to get any rain moving in toward the game there, but it looks like, as we've been saying throughout the entire week, that there will have a rain chance for the OU Texas matchup there at the Cotton Bowl. As we go into early next week, start watching our next storm system again dropping down, and that will come in with another chance for some thunderstorms. Looking at least dew points here for Monday shows we'll have enough moisture here stretching up across Oklahoma and the Kansas and Nebraska here. 60-degree dew points. That would be just enough moisture to work with here, and we will have the instability in play as well. Right now, the GFS is projecting during the afternoon of seeing at least instability in between 1,000 to 2,000 joules per kilogram. However, interesting to note is that a lot of the models here are projecting that we'll see some rain beginning really early in the morning, talking about 4 or 5 o'clock a.m. time frame, and it's going to stick around throughout much of the day. If that were to happen, which it's very well a possibility, then that would help keep the severe weather risk pretty limited throughout the afternoon. Certainly a long ways away, but we'll watch it pretty closely, and we'll give you the updates. Stay tuned. KOCO News at 5, 6, and 10. We'll see you then.